Now to a fierce diplomatic row within the Western alliance. And France has recalled its ambassadors to the United States and Australia. That's after Canberra scrapped a major French submarine purchase in favour of nuclear-powered subs built with US technology. Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian said the cancellation of the contract was, quote, unacceptable behaviour between allies and partners. On Wednesday, US President Joe Biden infuriated Paris by announcing a new Indo-Pacific security alliance with Australia and Britain. France is set to lose 31 billion euros on the submarines and says it expects compensation. DW correspondent Sonia Falnica is in Paris. Sonia, France first described this pact as a stab in the back. Now it's recalling its ambassadors. Why is the Macron administration so angry?
Well, Rebecca, I think a key reason for the French anger is the way that this deal between Australia, the US and the UK has been announced. Now, officials here in Paris say that they were really not informed about this deal until a few hours before it was announced. And they also say it was a complete surprise because they had no idea that it was part of a new security alliance involving 3 countries, including the UK. And this is seen here as undercutting France's own Indo-Pacific strategy. French officials also say this is very much at odds with what Australian officials had been saying to France until about 2 weeks ago, essentially reconfirming the submarine deal. So I think France is there's a lot of shock here. It's really been blindsided by this announcement.
Where does this leave France's presence in the Asia-Pacific region? I mean, it's the only EU nation with territories there.
You're right. I mean, France is the only European power to have a presence in the Indo-Pacific. It still has considerable territory, up to 2 million citizens. It has a strong military presence in a vast maritime stretch of the South Pacific. And analysts here are saying that this really does raise questions about its relationship with Australia, which has been an ally in the Indo-Pacific. This submarine deal was seen as a kind of a centerpiece of rejuvenation of ties between Paris and Canberra. And now the scuppering of this deal, they say, potentially could raise questions about a rupture between Australia and France.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about that. I mean, how much damage has the loss of this big submarine contract with Australia done to the French defence industry?
Well, I think the scuppering of this deal has certainly meant huge economic damage for the France's defense sector. And it has also meant a lot of losses for a vast network of small and medium-sized companies in France. Now, back in 2016, Australia signed the submarine deal for a price tag of about $31 billion. That was huge. France committed to providing 12 conventional submarines. And the French media have been saying that about 500 people have been working on building those submarines in a town in Normandy. And of course, the fear now here is that those jobs may well be lost. And diplomatically, of course, this is not good news for French President Emmanuel Macron, who faces re-election in just about 7 months. And so this certainly raises the political stakes for him as well.
Yeah, indeed. Sonia Falnica speaking to us from Paris. Thanks very much.